Hello, everybody. How you doing? This is Alex with the Linux Tube. Happy 4th of July for those of you that celebrate it, and for those of you who don't, I hope you're having a great day. Today's topic of discussion is going to be a very simple, short one, and it's on the new to Linux user versus veteran responses in different groups, communities, and chats. Yeah, I've been in many different Linux groups, different chats, different forums, and I have been guilty of it as much as anybody else. And it's kind of been on my mind and weighing on me lately, especially since there are many people that have been all of a sudden coming to a lot of these. Almost every day I see a post, at least this post, at least 5, 6 times, maybe I've seen it as much as 15 to 20 times in a day. Hey, I'm new to Linux. Which distribution should I try? I'm new to Linux. Where do I start? Hey, I'm new to Linux and I have this situation. I was trying to install this and it didn't work. I'm not sure what I did wrong. Those kind of posts. It's the new to Linux user who is somewhat technologically not as advanced as most people, and they're having difficulties. That's an almost everyday occurrence. We have so many people transitioning to Linux, which is great because Linux has finally become, in my mindset, a very viable operating system in the sense of it is no longer an elitist operating system where you have to be super geeky just to be able to install it. You literally, as I've done a video on the Linux installer, graphical user installer, is literally point and click setup anymore, and it installs it for you, and it does everything just like you would with Windows or somebody who's upgrading to Windows. It's pretty much on the same par. So it's very much so user friendly. There's lots of GUIs in it for all different things, so that you don't have to crawl into the terminal in order to operate this. So that being said, we're getting a lot of eyeballs put onto it, and a lot of people are starting to actually migrate over to it, which is a great thing. You know, I want people's security and freedom to be preserved. That's how much I love Linux, and that's what I love Linux the most for. It gives me freedom to own my own PC, hardware, software, and data. So, you know, why wouldn't they? No more than why I did come to it, you know, as well as you and many other people. So let's try to support them in these responses that were given to them, because oftentimes these responses that are given to them are ones that are simply like, hey, go Google this or go Google that. And a lot of the tutorials that are written online have the great intent of being able to teach somebody how to do it, but they're more geared oftentimes towards people who have technological knowledge that are not just the point and click kind of cat. And so you get confused on some of the terminology that they use, as well as the examples, you know, will not be actually appropriate in the type example that they give. They'll have an extra word, or they'll be missing a command flag or something in it when you're trying to open up terminal and type it into a command line. So as a veteran user, and you're responding to these people in these groups, you know, take the time to formulate very well your response, because you do not know the technological level to which these people have that you're responding to. They could be the younger generation that can actually hack NASA with the phone, it seems like, or they could be the older generation that could barely navigate to their internet browser and go to Amazon.com or to Macy's.com or wherever it is.com that they're looking up, you know, so they don't have an extensive knowledge or background to be able to do what it is that you're asking to do. Now, most of those people are reliant on family members to help them, so you don't get them often, but you do still get them, and there's people that are certainly in between those two extremes that, you do know how to navigate pretty well, but they're not very comfortable with some of the commands, or they don't even know where to put the commands. So when you're responding to these people in these communities and groups and chats, please be cognizant of that and make sure that we're not focusing on trying to answer them in as an expeditious type manner that we're leaving out or omitting, inadvertently omitting, important information in the way that it should be written. And just saying, oh, they'll figure it out. And also, Google it is definitely a pretty good answer. But once again, before you just jump to the Google it, you should definitely ask questions to kind of give you the certainty of the different level of technological knowledge that they have to be able to just say Google it comfortably and know that they are going to be able to figure it out or not, So before you say just Google it, make sure that you're talking to the right person that can, in fact, Google it pretty well. Other than that, we should definitely continue what we're doing with Linux because, as I said, the developers are making leaps and bounds over the years of improvement to Linux to where it's really an operating system that is solid and is viable. I mean, we have every alternative out there in the FOSS form, free and open source software form, to compete with Mac and Windows. It's just a matter of finding what it is, what that alternative is to those programs that you need and feel so comfortable using in Windows, and you can literally make that change. And that's something that we should also be telling these new users as well, that, not everything, well, nothing of what they really want to use on Windows does work unless it's already a cross-platform program that has been ported over for Windows to use that they may be able to use here. But a lot of their proprietary software that Windows has may not and will not have be able to run on Linux, so they need to learn how to find that alternative. And so let's be constructive and criticize in instructing them on those and not criticizing them for their lack of knowledge on that. Other than that, hey, you know what? Please like, subscribe, and join this channel. Support us here on YouTube as well as our Patreon, patreon.com/the_Linux_tube. Please support us over there if you like, to the different degrees, different tiers that they have over there, as well as the different tiers that they have here on YouTube. We certainly appreciate it, and I'm humbled for anything that you guys give. And hey, just please continue Linuxing and having fun with it. And spreading the word. Linux is awesome.